Good morning, New York City, and hello to the rest of the world. It's Saturday, December 12th, 2020. Pretty early for a Saturday to be out, but I wanted to do a before sunrise walk. We'll probably go through sunrise, hopefully, keep walking around, see what happens. I'm on my way towards the 59th Street Bridge, the Queensborough Bridge, Ed Koch Bridge. First Avenue. Heading towards the United Nations, and this plot of land here has been like this for many years. I think they almost developed on it once, but then it was scrapped, and now it's just this giant plot of land. Prime real estate, I would consider, because it's right next to the United Nations, which is right behind it right there. Very few people out right now. Saturday morning, New York City. Delay, and we're back. This is a relatively new apartment building. Nice Christmas tree in the lobby. 685 First Avenue. So you can see, I'm not the only person awake right now. This is about how many people in this building are awake. Few lights are on. I think if I switch to wide angle mode, it's going to look too dark. Yeah, it doesn't let in as much light. Okay, back to normal mode. Welcome to everyone tuning in. I imagine it's a slightly different group than when I usually stream, but I'd like to give everyone the opportunity to join me on a live stream that wants to. So right now we're on First Avenue, heading north. It's about 6:15 a.m. in New York City, Eastern Time. Sunrise this morning is around 7:15 a.m. But I'm sure it'll be brightening up pretty soon in general. You can see the UN right over here, the United Nations building. Probably the only person walking around with a phone and a gimbal at this hour on a Saturday. Let's see if anybody asks questions. Right next to the United Nations building is the Robert Moses Playground. And I believe the building behind it may have something to do with the Midtown Tunnel. Those cars driving off are coming off of the FDR North. This is the 42nd Street exit. Their light will probably change soon. And the light has changed, so I will go. Hasab Khan, how was the first snow? It was light. It was very light. There wasn't that much of it. It was nice to see, and Central Park looked very pretty, but it didn't stick so much except for a little bit on the ground under trees and grassy areas, but not much. They're expecting, I know the weather changes like a fart in the wind, but they're expecting more snow this Wednesday. That's maybe a significant amount depending on what happens. Now it looks like quite a few people are actually coming into work early morning on a Saturday at the United Nations building. So I'm going to let this car turn in and go around them. I'm sure there's a lot of security checks they have to go through to get into the United Nations at this hour on a Saturday. It's unseasonably warm in New York today, and I think after today it's going to drop this week, according to the weather forecast. We'll see. Now on the iPhone 12 mini. Test things out. I think it looks much better than the last phone I was shooting on. Again, I'm walking north along First Avenue. Very little traffic. Many of the buildings around here are related to the United Nations and diplomats and a lot of those kinds of folks. But as I head towards the 59th Street or Queensborough Bridge, there's a couple of little side streets that I like in the 50s that are actually very quiet east of First Avenue, between First Avenue and the FDR Drive, which is essentially a highway in Manhattan that goes along the East River. United Nations headquarters. You can visit here. I'm not sure if visiting is, as of March 10th, 2020, the UNHQ campus is temporarily closed for the general public, and all tours are suspended until further notice. You can see that. So, let's just switch to wide angle, I think. No tours, but not unexpected. Vyacheslav. Hello, friend. Why am I out? Почему я хожу так в такой темноте? Well, обычно я работаю рано, на обычные дни, но в выходные я тоже встаю рано. It's good to have a consistency to your schedule. I think the body appreciates it, but I still might have gotten up a little too early and not gotten enough sleep today. But here we are. I had my breakfast, I had coffee, fueled up, ready to go. Five a.m. Looks like that's Mrs. Commuter. Good morning. Andrew Sand, make more rain videos, please. Yes, I would like to. I am only limited by the amount of rain we receive. And if it happens during a busy day of work, that's the limit too. There may be some snow coming this Wednesday. They're predicting it, but things change, so we'll see. I don't have the green light, they do, but there's no one there, so I'm gonna go. Same story here, but I'm gonna go off this way because this is the area I was mentioning a few minutes ago. In the 50s, there's some very quiet streets behind First Avenue, east of First Avenue. There's another area that I missed that's just next to the United Nations called Tudor City. It's also pretty quiet. Interestingly, Tudor City, some of the buildings there have an interesting agreement with the power company in New York, and your power is kind of included as a flat rate in your rent, so you don't pay extra if you run too many air conditioners. But that's a very, very unlikely situation. approaching Beekman Place. We're on 49th Street, just east of 1st Avenue. FDR Drive, which is the highway, is right over there. But we are in a relatively quiet area. I could hear some road noise, but other than that, not much happening here. Car is driving through. Olga. Da. Yes. Still. So, because we're still close to the UN, you do see a lot of parking specifically for diplomats. And those license plates look like this. Interestingly enough. So this is not a gold mine of parking, but yeah. Looks like they put up their own little community tree over here. And behind it, we are looking east, so you can start to see that's where the sun will rise from. Я жил здесь с 91 года. Мне было 7 лет, когда я приехал. У меня русский уже исчезает. Yes, Olga asked if I'm in New York for long, and I said I've been here for almost 30 years. But yeah, you can see there's already a little bit of pink, reddish pink maybe, peeking its way out over the East River, over Queens in the background. They're holding up the tree with this long wire. It's okay for now. Бабушка говорит, что я теряю его. That's okay. I try. I was saying how my Russian's not that great anymore. For those who do not speak. I made a walking video in this area before, and I got trapped because towards the right at the next block there's a park. Yeah, AI is Kurgan. I'm from deep Siberia. Yeah, I went in this park before, but I crossed to the bridge to the riverside, but then there's no way to get out of it. I had to backtrack. So I'll show a little bit here, but I'm not going to go too far because last time I did that, it took me beyond where I wanted to go. So this takes me across the river. There's a few benches over there. Looks like somebody's already out there. Wonder what they're doing. Maybe some morning exercise. But it gets a little loud here with the FDR. This is the FDR Drive I was talking about. Franklin Delano Roosevelt Drive. A lot of road noise. So I won't go too far. I can check out the park that's just under me. believe this is the Peter Detmold Park. And I think I see some Korean writing, and I apologize, I do not understand Korean, but I can translate it later with Google Translate. Yeah, that's Queens, at the Queens. С другой стороне. But this is the Peter Detmold Park. Nobody here except me. A couple of chess tables. Shakmatte. This looks like a dog run. So if you bring your dog here, you can let it run. Again, a little quiet here, but also very loud because of the cars, so I'm going to go back up and keep walking north along 1st Avenue towards the Queensborough Bridge. Again, welcome to anyone joining. I'm gonna get out of breath after these stairs. I'm sure they're looking for parking. So now I'm heading back towards 1st Avenue. This should be 51st Street. And as soon as I get to 1st Avenue, I'm going to make a right, keep going north. Olga, thank you for your support. Glad you like these walks. I'll keep doing them as long as I can. I think that my pre-recorded walks are more for ASMR purposes because I tried to use the highest quality audio I can to capture the sounds of the city. These walk and talks live streams are just a way to get to connect with all you guys. So I like that too. You'll probably see me walk by a few of these things. These are Link NYC stations. So essentially these bring high-speed Wi-Fi and you can also make a phone call for free. They used to play videos. They used to be able to actually pull up YouTube, but they actually had to stop that. I think a lot of people were using it. Too much. They were gathering around. D'Agostino. Looks like it just received a large shipment of goods. If I were to go here, this would take me to York Avenue. I think it might be called Sutton Place still over there, but it's Sutton Place and York Avenue are essentially the same thing, just depending on what street you are. Degrees Fahrenheit is just under 10. Может быть 8, 9. One sec, the video's gonna... Okay. It's 4 degrees Celsius in St. Petersburg, Olga says. Definitely cooler than here, but we won't be far behind this week. Temperature's gonna fall significantly. Hasib Khan asks if I know the price of a house in Midtown Manhattan. Well, it depends on a few things. Even within Midtown, there are a lot of variations, you know. Are you in a doorman building? Walk up? What kind of apartment is it? Studio, 1 bedroom, etc. But I think the average 1-bedroom apartment in Manhattan is $3,200 a month, US dollars. And that's just the average across the board, I think, including the ultra high end, the walk-ups, Dunkin' Donuts. Actually quite busy right now. Saturday morning. People are buying their coffee. Approaching 57th Street, and 2 blocks north of that is the 59th Street Bridge. 1439 in St. Petersburg. Сейчас 6:39 утра. Здесь 6:39 a.m. in New York. The bus noise, they are very loud still. So my plan is to get to the Queensborough Bridge and maybe see if I can walk a little bit on it. No cars. Alright, pick up the pace a little bit. Blue, New York now. Yes, this is New York right now, live. What I have to do around here is figure out if I can remember exactly how to get into the pedestrian pathway of the bridge. I think I know how, so I'm going to cross the street left. Воздух чистый. Is the air clean? Olga's asking. Не очень, not really, but it's not bad. We are under the 59th Street Bridge. It's called the Ed Koch Queensborough Bridge. Ed Koch was a mayor of New York. So I don't know if this is just the bike lane or if it's shared, but let's see. When is sunrise? 7:15 a.m., about half an hour. But it's already getting brighter. I think this is a shared pathway for bikes and pedestrians. Let's see. Yeah, I believe the left side here is pedestrians. This is around 59th Street. Yeah, this is the pedestrian side. Good. It's a little dark under here, so I hope the bikes can see me. My other phone is a signal. I hope this guy's watching. I'm on the pedestrian side. So I'm using the flashlight on my other phone as a way to signal the riders to make sure they see me because I'm wearing dark clothes. Dial M for Masala, where am I? Yes, Queensborough Bridge. SMV, hello from Ukraine. I don't know how he's going to infect your phone. there's a little curve here. I want to make sure I don't get hit by any oncoming bikes. See, that's practically a motorcycle. Here's a shot of the Roosevelt Island tram. Olga is asking what I do. I am in healthcare. Sharma, hello from Melbourne. Hi. Or I think it's Melbourne. Melbourne, is that the right way to say it? Ooh, can people walk here? Yes. I am on the pedestrian side, right here, as you can see. Bikes and people. SMV. Ольга, он по-русски не понимает. SMV, я понимаю. Narrow, but people have to stay on their side, and it'll be all right. Hopefully. Under us now is Roosevelt Island. Under us now is Roosevelt Island. This is looking north. It's misty or foggy in the background. They say it might rain this morning. We'll see. Это захватывали Восток. Well, see, now you're making me think, because my directions in Russian are terrible, and I get yelled at constantly by my family for not knowing. So in English, I'll say I'm going east right now, as the sun rises in the east. Just to check my battery first. Alright. There's a porta potty here. And a ladder. The ladder says do not climb on the ladder, but that's what ladders are for. '59th Street, Queensborough Bridge, at Koch. Excuse me first. All right, we're back. No headlight. If I need to, I use my cell phone as a flashlight to signal others. But it's a little bit brighter now. You can see me a little better. You can see the sun is coming up. It looks like the phone is actually brightening up the sky quite a bit. It's not actually this bright yet. I don't know how to make it more realistic, but yeah. So again, this is Roosevelt Island. Looks like somebody's up over there. They have very bright lights. I wonder if they're filming stuff, but that's very bright. Yeah, Blue, I agree, the light would help. But for now, as you can see, many of the cyclists aren't even on their designated path, which is right there. So I don't know what they're doing. But yeah. That bridge right there, next bridge you can see, that's the bridge to Roosevelt Island, Queens, if you want to drive over. Oh, is it back yet, Blue? I think the middle of the bridge sometimes causes some issues. Roberto Perez, it is a beautiful morning in New York City. I'm gonna try to switch charging. Excuse me for a second. I'll just keep it like this for now, it's fine. Let's see if I'm still charging. I am. Okay. Right, here we are. Sorry about that. Again, Roberto, good morning. And Darshan, Bot, good morning. Leas y Negocios, Alex Valencia, hello. It's a little cloudy in front of us, but you can see the sun peeking through, adding a very nice reddish hue to the clouds. Another porta potty for the workers, because they gotta go. They gotta go. And I think this is an emergency access to the Ridge Highway. I was considering going to the Brooklyn Bridge also for sunrise, but I figure nobody really goes to this one for sunrise, so why not? Here we are. Leas, hello from Medellin. I always try to pronounce things as best as I can. But hello, welcome. I think the time difference is, I think it's about the same time down there as it is here. I think we're very close in the same longitude, I think you would say. Let me hang left so I don't block anybody. Keep it safe. Interesting, it looks like the phone is struggling with some dynamic range. You can see the clouds sometimes getting blown out, sometimes not. I think some birds made a nest on the bridge. I can hear them, but I can't see them. Hopefully you can hear them over the street traffic, the car traffic. Yeah, it's getting much brighter. We're getting there. Let me just double check my... down, but it's all right. I have a charger today. Yeah, there's no sun right now. It's cloudy just over the horizon. I think the sun rises in about 15 minutes officially. I mean, it's already essentially bright outside, but I don't think we'll see the actual sun coming up, which is another reason why I didn't really stay on the river. definitely a good amount of cars, but I wouldn't say traffic yet. This is just a light track because nobody's slowed down, so everyone's going at the speed they could be, which is speed limit and above. But just to the left of me, this is Queenstown. There's a power plant in the background. The shorter buildings on the left below me are housing. Here's the rest of it. Let me try to switch to wide angle. See if that... Yeah, it's a little too wide. It's so wide you could actually see part of the gimbal. So let's go back to regular. Okay. Lionel James, good morning. Welcome to the early morning Saturday stream from New York City. Live from New York. It's Saturday morning. I wouldn't call this the most scenic bridge to walk or ride a bike over. It's a very utilitarian bridge, I would say. You get to there. I think the more picturesque bridge is probably Brooklyn, Manhattan a little bit too. But it's still nice to be able to have a pedestrian pathway to get from Queens to Manhattan and vice versa. But maybe once I get into Queens, I'll go south. And I'll even wind up at another bridge. Yabba dabba doo. Welcome. Can't do too much about the car noise. We are right next to a bridge. We're on the bridge. Hey, Mie, good morning. Welcome. We are walking over the Queensborough Bridge, Ed Koch Queensborough Bridge, also known as the 59th Street Bridge, from Manhattan into Queens. It was pretty dark when I started, and now daylight is here. No subways have gone by yet, or subway trains, but the tracks run along. Good morning, America. Good morning. And good whatever time of day it is, wherever everyone else is, because everyone's here and everyone lives in different places, and that's great. I'm prepared today with a battery bank because I've learned that the gimbal does not charge my phone fast enough. Well, my original destination when I started was to walk around Midtown and the United Nations and show some of the back streets there that are actually very quiet, despite being in Midtown. And then I wanted to get to the bridge and walk over as the sun rose, kind of knowing that there would be clouds, but either way. And then once I'm in Queens, I was going to try to walk south. I guess eventually cross over into Brooklyn and see if I could walk around some of the riverside parks, and if my battery allows, maybe take one of the bridges back into Manhattan. So that's the tentative plan. Now, I'm definitely not good at navigating Queens and Brooklyn walking, so I may have to check my GPS a few times just to orient myself. Oh, Ivy Lynn is here. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. All right, let's make sure no bikes are here. Ah. There's an N train. Finally, we see a train. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep going. I'm a little upset, well, not upset, disappointed, I should say, that the gimbal can't keep the phone topped off with its own charging mechanism. But I do have my battery bank, so I can charge, but it might destabilize me a little bit. That's all right. We'll figure it out, hopefully. Currently, I am at no % on my gimbal. Oh, and thank you. Yes, we've reached 1,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. And I hope we continue to grow with your support. Many Dunkin' Donuts, strategically positioned next to a train station, so you can grab a coffee on your way up. I think it'll do in a pinch, but there's definitely there's even a Dunkin' Donuts across the street. This is Starbucks status. Dunkin' Donuts. And Dunkin' Donuts. Hey, Ivy Lynn, with the super chat. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Start saving for your new edition. $6.50. Thank you. Thank you. Omkar Kamat, good morning from Mumbai. Good morning to you. Well, actually, it's probably not even morning where you are. Let's take this opportunity to cross the street because I don't know when we'll get this opportunity again. Maybe not the best idea right now, but let's see. do is I want to I want to peel off from the bridge and Louder Street here. I've been walking next to traffic for a while, so it's been a little loud, so it's time to chill out a little bit, get a little quieter. Omkar Kamat, you are doing a good job early in the morning. Keep it up. Thank you. Yes, I'm usually an early riser. I can't even sleep in, even if I tried. So I figured, why not get out there and show you New York early in the morning. Ryu Jones, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Great video. I hope so. I hope you like it. Thank you. Где-то у вас небольшую улицу, да потом нами навали. Sorry if I missed some chats. I'm trying to reorient myself. So what I want to do, if I get to Jackson Avenue eventually, well, we might have to. No, we should be able to do this. We should be able to do this. Tom Brady from Croatia. I wonder how the American football is there. My current trajectory going south is to get to the Pulaski Bridge and cross over into Greenpoint. So we're trying to get to Brooklyn, essentially, from Queens. Newer apartment buildings. Oh, internet connection is unstable. Let's see if we recover. Hopefully we're back. Oh, Ivy Lynn, you got your cast off your end. I know you had that hand injury. I'm glad that your cast is off. Hopefully you can work more on your range of motion and mobility now. I can't see these little branches, so I walk into them sometimes. Natalie Jacopucci from Aruba. Hello. Can I walk to Hotel Nirvana? Probably. I'll have to check exactly where it is. I have to admit I don't know every single thing about New York, but I try. We'll learn together. We'll learn together, my friends. Oh, Dalam for Masala. We want to be friends with everyone here. Yes, Lechislav. No, I get in trouble with my grandma all the time for not knowing Russian literature. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't like to keep things political. I personally don't in my life anyway, but the only thing I'll say is I don't like generalizing by any race or creed or anything. Everyone has something. There are good and bad people all over, and I hope we can err on the side of good here. Gigi, good morning. But yes, I'll ask you to please keep it civil. I think the only thing I have in my live stream description is to be kind to everyone. I hope it's in there. If it's not, I meant to put it in there. It might just say prison live stream. Omar Kamat. Yes, I am. I am essentially planning on walking to Brooklyn. Here's the other rub that I didn't really consider, and I should consider more often. Bio breaks. I had a lot of coffee this morning. So if we're going on a marathon stream, how will I take care of business, so to speak? I guess we'll figure it out. So right now I'm on Jackson Avenue. I think Mrs. Commuter gave me some directions. But yes, I am going to go towards Pulaski Bridge, where I should be able to walk over and head to Brooklyn eventually. But we're supposed to follow Jackson Avenue, which I'm on right now. And once we get to 11th Street, we'll make a left. That's the plan. Me, Colin. Do I always get up this early on Saturdays? So I got up around 5 this Saturday. That's usually the time I wake up during the week anyway. So it's kind of a consistent schedule. Sometimes I'll be able to shut my eyes and go to sleep, but I'll most likely never sleep past 7 a.m. That's probably the latest I'd be able to sleep in. I've always kind of been like that. My mom said I always woke up early as a kid, as a baby even. We've reached Court Square, which is a stop on the 7 train. 7 train goes deep into Queens, all the way to Flushing. And then Manhattan, it goes all the way to the west side, 34th Street. Omar asks if I speak Spanish. Hablo poquito español, poquito. Mi español es muy mal. I speak a little Spanish, but very, very poorly. Yeah, Mia, it's an issue because if I do have a later night than normal, I still wake up early. So if I get to bed at like midnight, 1 a.m., which is pretty rare for me anyway, but if it happens, I'll still get up early, even if I don't want to. Sumin Kang, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying. Сергей Ричи, hello from Kharkiv, тоже любите еще до рассвета прогуляться по пустым улицам. Yes, пустым улицам. Yes, yes. You say that you also like to walk before sunrise on the empty streets. Gigi, you see, this is, I can relate to that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to feel more rested, but these are the cards we were dealt. We will use them as we can. Extra butter, PlayStation 1. Omar, I speak English, hopefully, decently enough. My Russian is my primary language, but I've never learned it in school, so it's all what I learned until I was 7 years old, and then it's just been deteriorating since then. And just a little bit of Spanish, and that's it. That is it. What are the gas prices in Queens? Привет, yes. The gas prices in Queens? This is actually much cheaper than Manhattan. We were in Manhattan the other day. I think they were double this. $2.13 for a regular gas in Queens. Some stations still have different prices for credit cards and cash. Cash usually is a little bit cheaper. So this is 21st Street. I'm planning to keep walking until 11th Street. Ooh, Beanstalk Cafe. I wish they were open. But they don't open until 8. That's 35 minutes from now. We must keep moving. Mia asks if there's such a thing as a Russian Saturday school in NYC. I'm sure there is. I never attended it myself, so we came over here. My mom was a single mom, and so Saturdays she put me in music school. So I was in music school every Saturday from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. during my elementary, middle school, and high school years. So I had my own version of a Saturday school. Omkar, yes, we're brothers. My personal view is that we are all humans, and that's what connects us. Beyond all cultures and races and everything, we are all one species, hopefully here to support each other. We are still walking on Jackson Avenue. And we're heading towards the Pulaski Bridge with our goal being Brooklyn. I hope I play all right. But I do have a lot of experience with playing piano, but definitely not at a professional level. But that's okay. It's fun to use different parts of your brain. It kind of recharges you. Let's say if I've been doing a bunch of work on the computer, moving over to the piano kind of helps me recharge a little bit. It helps me think a little bit clearer. So I think it's nice to have that. Yes, Ivy Lynn, I think my mom was a pretty strong woman to do what she did, bringing me from Russia here. All right. I think the pedestrian side of the Pulaski Bridge is The opposite side. Yeah, I see people walking. So that's where we're gonna go. Home car, do I only make travel videos? I just make walking videos usually. But thank you for subscribing, I appreciate that. Yeah, I usually just make walking videos. I used to do tech videos a little bit, but I don't think those are as fun to do as this kind of stuff. Hey Colin, you were impressed about the Moonlight Sonata. Yeah, I only really know the beginning part of the first movement. I learned the third movement of the Moonlight Sonata rigorous. That was probably the best and the cleanest piece I ever got up to speed. I remember I had to play it in a master class with a virtuoso pianist teacher who gave me tips on how to improve it. But that was a long time ago. Now it's just a hobby. Michela Zingone from Sicily, Italy. Hello. Yeah, I mean, the third movement is my favorite. It's so unlike the rest of the Moonlight Sonata. It's just like a torrential downpour. What can we see here? We can see the Empire State Building peeking through those two buildings. The pointing. The pointing. Omkar, you're asking if my videos are only New York City specific. For now they are, but I did a few videos in Maine. But interestingly enough, nobody really watched those. I think people are really interested in New York City content, especially during the pandemic and when not as many people are able to travel. Yeah, I would have tried playing it that day, but my hands took so long to warm up. I don't think my fingers could have moved fast enough to even try. Omkar, yes, Maine is it's a state, but it is beautiful. We went to, sorry, that noise is starting. We went to Bar Harbor, Maine. That's where we were. So this should be the Midtown Tunnel under us. That is why you can see the Empire State Building in the background, because we are in the equivalent of Midtown, but in the Queens end. Queens Midtown Tunnel. Let me just double check. 75% phone. Okay. Not too bad. The gimbal is charging it slowly, but it's still discharging faster than it's charging. So we'll see how long we can keep that up for. Connection's a little unstable. Hopefully it recovers. We're on a bridge. Sometimes the bridges in general don't always mix with connections. Okay, I think we're back. Hopefully no more buffering. Oh, still intermittent connection issues. We're on Verizon, iPhone 12 mini, some 5G hopefully around here, because I'm trying to do this at 1080p since Prism allows that. Oh, more stability, connection. I do hope the stability improves. I mean, this is what Prism tells me. I don't actually know how bad the connection is. So, Ivy, Lynn, you say so far so good. Hopefully it still is. Here we could see some boats that look like they need to still be winterized. I know, it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. All I know is that usually people who own boats have to winterize them around here, around this time. A bit of trash in the water. Not unexpected. You can see bits of Midtown on this cloudy day. It may rain this morning. I'm a little unprepared, don't have my umbrella. But we'll see. They said it was only going to be a light rain. If it, ooh. I think we're on the drawbridge part of the bridge, and it bounced a lot when a big bus drove over it. So I think this is the part of the bridge that can move. I was just on it. And it was very bouncy. There's a Box House Hotel right over there. Looks interesting. See, I don't know what's going on, if you can even see this. These fish have been, like dying. I don't know if it's related to pollution or if it's, like sometimes fish do die after they spawn. Maybe it's spawning season for them. Mating season, but there have been a lot of fish just swimming sideways. Anyway, I'll stop with that. Sorry. I just thought that was interesting. I don't know what's going on. Like, if anybody could tell me, I'd be curious. I tried to look it up, but I don't know if it's related to pollution or mating season. Yeah, I mean, there is. That's all I can say. Yes, there's a lot of litter in the water. So this is the ITIT. Yes, Ivy, thank you for telling him the time. It is still pretty early for a Saturday morning in Manhattan. It's supposed to warm up a little bit, which is good because my hands are still cold. It never mixed well with piano, having cold hands. And then I kind of want to walk over to Sergeant Nicholas Alaman Way. It looks like I might have a few restaurants and things after I get off of here. Omkar, come on, I have a good voice. Thank you. I never really felt like my voice was good for speaking, but I'm glad I'm bringing you some joy. Yeah, New York City has some great hiking and parks in the vicinity. I mean, you can get to them with public transportation. It's nicer if you can get a car, then you're a little bit more free, but there's a few nice trails and things that you can go to. I think Action Kids actually did a few in the area. We are in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Now that we're off the bridge, almost. We're still limited to this pathway. I kind of feel like Crash Bandicoot. I'm sure some of you understand the reference. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, there's an interesting artwork on the side of this building. Fraud isn't great at spelling. Yes. Look out for poorly worded emails that are asking you for money. Usually it's not legitimate. Hey, that's a great ratio. Thanks, Ivy Lynn. Pointing that out. I wouldn't have known otherwise. Save Ingrid? Is that what that says? The colors are really nice though. They're really popping. Really popping. Alright, I want to go over one block this way towards Manhattan Avenue, as was suggested by Mrs. Welcome Commuter, or Mrs. Commuter. You can see some of the houses in this area. This seems like a relatively quiet street. Oh, save the world, save the world. As we should. Looks like they have their own little garage in there. Oh, this is an interesting house. Very green. Modern, in a way. SS Cyril and the Methodius Roman Catholic Church. I read that from the sign over here. That's where I read it. Mrs. Commuter says, what I say at the house is Greenpoint. You know, I don't know what to say. These puns. terrific. Ooh, another new apartment building with a little communal office or workspace room. And on this side, some other artwork. Yeah, Ivy Lynn, I don't know why I can see as well as I can, considering I've grown up sitting in front of a computer, I don't know how many hours a day. Even these days, I'm in front of a computer at least 5-6 hours a day, work days, all day. But anyway, we are now on Manhattan Avenue and Freeman Street. Freeman Street. You can go to the Freeman and after that you can get a tattoo at East River Tattoo. Only on Freeman Street and Manhattan Avenue. What are they going to build here? Probably a new apartment building. I'm sure we could look at the work order and see what it's going to be. For now, it's just demolition. Okay. But it looks like they've done their job. If anyone is wondering, I'm at about 9,500 steps for the day so far. Not bad before 8 a.m. You know, a lot of these shops are closed. Let me see. Okay, so I'll walk down the street a little bit more. Ruslan Medvedev, 19 рублей. Спасибо, большое спасибо. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Well, Omkar, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to do this stream. I want to walk as much as I can walk. Hopefully my battery and my battery bank will let me keep doing this for a while, and then honestly, I just want to play Cyberpunk. I'm gonna let these cars start to go because they've been waiting for a while. But again, Ruslan Medvedev, thank you so much for the super sticker. I'm just letting some of these cars go because there's a backlog here, so I'll go now. But there was a good backlog of cars trying to get out of there. Now this looks like, is this a Jason reference? With the hockey mask and the knife and Freddy versus Jason. 9:10, never sleep again. Skid Sedinia. Very cool. Yeah, feel free to ask questions, but we'll answer what we're comfortable answering, and if we feel uncomfortable, we'll let you know. That's all it is. No big deal. Yeah, that was a great piece of art, wasn't it? We've reached India Street and Manhattan Avenue. Manhattan Avenue is also called Sergeant Nicholas Aylman Way. And we've reached the Greenpoint Avenue train station, the G train. G train, I don't believe has a very long operating distance. But it's useful for folks nonetheless. I think it helps get you from Queens to Brooklyn too. My favorite Indian food? I mean, I'm a simple man. Very simple. Chicken tikka masala. Very basic, but I think it's delicious. I don't know. With a garlic naan to lap up the sauce. Delicious. An Old Colin Bakery coming up. Mario's Pizza's over here. Piekarnia Staropolska. I mean, I can't really pronounce Polish well. Omkar. Have I tried butter chicken? I think I have. I think it's kind of similar. I feel like somebody talked about this in the chat at some point, but yeah, I think it's also a very creamy, spicy kind of not too spicy, but has spices in it sauce. A Polish meat market. We have one of these in Manhattan. Similar one, very, very similar. Get some kielbasa, some other meats. Always do a little Polish meat market. There's the Bread Brothers Bagel Cafe. Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Oh, what is this? Starbucks? Okay, we'll keep moving. Less spicy, okay, less spicy. Polonaise Terrace with giant graffiti on it. Wow. Looks like it was done in a pinch, but I don't know if they had ladders, but we have more information on the fish death from Mrs. Commuter. Apparently it is related to pollution due to sewage leaking out, reducing the amount of oxygen they can take in. That's unfortunate. Grocery shop. DNA, mind, body, and soul. Now, we like puns here. We like puns. Mind, body, and soul footwear. I like that one. I don't know about you guys. Kearney Bank. CVS Pharmacy, and it looks like St. Anthony's, St. Alphonsus Roman Catholic Church. Let's go to widescreen or wide angle. Take a look. It actually looks like a very big church. I thought this gimbal would not show pieces of it on wide angle, but it does. That's okay. You get the idea. Trying to readjust back to regular camera. Okay. Fornino. It's like an Italian restaurant. Yeah, that was a very pretty church. As I trip over my words. Street cleaning. You know, I've always wondered how effective it really is. It looks like it just pushes things around rather than cleans anything. But it's probably better than nothing. I see. Oh yeah, we've been going for 100 minutes. Not bad. Triple-digit minute territory. Looks like some kind of a Dodge car, maybe. Type of Dodge Charger. Yeah, Dodge Charger. And there's another bank over there with a very nice architecture. I guess it did, but I think it also said pizza in the window. Associated Supermarket. I'm not too sure what the line is for. I smell Christmas trees because there are some right here. I happened to put up a Christmas tree with Mrs. Commuter, so that was nice. We like the smell. That's our favorite part, I think. Associated Supermarket. I know what the line is for. That line is for City MD. People are looking to get tested. Picard 2005, welcome. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. D2. T-Mobile. TD Bank. But they do have these decorations at every intersection. Snowflake. Very neutral. It still feels like a holiday, which is nice. There's a church over there. Light's about to change, and there it goes. We are in Brooklyn on Manhattan Avenue, for those of you just tuning in. Am I tired? I don't know if I'm tired. I don't think I am. I think, well, now that you say it, I'm going to think about it more. But I think you kind of get lost in yourself when you do these kinds of streams. You just keep going. I think I only realize how long I go until somebody says how long I've been going, or if my battery starts to get upset. I was told by Mrs. Commuter that there's an old school Polish bakery here. Peter Pan Donut and Pastry. I see why. It does look famous, and famous enough to have a line out the door. I would go in, but I don't want to stand in the line for too long. Maybe we'll swing by later and see how it's going, but good to see that they're operating well. Very cool. Peter Pan. Will I stream Cyberpunk? I don't know. I don't know who's going to watch that. It's very different than the theme of the channel. I guess I could make a second channel called The Gaming Commuter. But I still wouldn't be commuting very much. I I'd just be sitting there. Well, if we're talking about puns, we're in Greenpoint, so of course there's a bagel place called Bagel Point. Not really a pun, but they're still using a play on the words, one way or another. Let's check the map. Not too many shops are open right now. I guess it's Saturday morning, but oh no, I'm gonna walk. Okay, I think I'm gonna walk right here, and it's gonna get me closer to the water. Yeah, I think I don't know if it's specifically very Polish. I just think there's a few Polish places and probably a few Polish folks living here, but I think it's quite multicultural here in this area. This is just my own interpretation. I'll look it up later. DTWK, hello. Welcome. Omkar Kamat. Is Brooklyn the cheapest place to live in New York City? Talking about the property taxes. You know, I don't think so. Again, the farther away you go from Manhattan, the cheaper it will most likely be. Until you get to, certain parts of Long Island, they get expensive again. Looks like we're in a more industrial area now. Mathau Boucher, good morning. Peloton advertisement over here. Interesting area. All one-story buildings, industrial, still parked cars all over the place. The street cleaning here is still twice a day. Usually when you get into the outer boroughs, street cleaning might not be as frequent. Good morning, everyone coming in. Gaming computer. I guess it's just one letter difference, that's true. I'm thinking about going back to the Peter Pan donut place. Well, let's take a little walk in the back streets, and then maybe we'll see if the line's any shorter at the Peter Pan donut place. Gaming computer. Yeah, there's a cool gecko over there at Gabriel's Collision Center in Greenpoint. It is very suburban here. It's still, you can kind of still tell you're in something special. So I'm gonna go on Guernsey Street. I'm gonna go this way until we get to the next street, and this is gonna be very residential. So we'll see a very residential street in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. It's like another nice house that goes deep. Brand new. Not bad. Omkar asks, how's the COVID situation here? Cases are rising again. I don't know if that's partly due to increased testing around Thanksgiving, or if Thanksgiving gatherings did actually cause a spike, but it's to the point where the governor is closing indoor dining again as of Monday. I think they could still maintain outdoor dining, but even the outdoor dining just looks like indoor dining. They just built houses. Some places anyway. Other places put up tents and kind of three-walled structures, but I'm hoping the restaurants are maintaining enough business to make it through until we can get back to normal capacity. So we're approaching Marisol Avenue. Again, this is a very residential street that I walked down on. Guernsey. Some more interesting artwork on the right. Let's take a look. Jeep Wrangler. Okay. I see various faces in there. Bunnies. Bucktooth creatures. Impressed that public transport is active. Yes, it's active. Mathau, I thought I got something from you in the last stream I did, I believe. I don't think anything came through this time. If I missed anything, I apologize, but I don't think I saw it. Our public transportation system does close still in the middle of the night. Normally, our trains run 24/7. Okay, I think I mentioned this the other day. Anytime you see angled parking with cars on the sidewalk, oops, switch that back. Anytime you see angled parking, it usually means there's a police station. And here we are, the 94th precinct. 94th precinct. Привет, привет. Yeah, they use more of these smart cars for traffic nowadays, which is probably not a bad idea. Traffic cops in tiny cars. We're back on Manhattan Avenue, still in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I was going to check out to see if the Peter Pan shop has a shorter line. I imagine because it's later in the morning, the line is longer, but I guess we'll see. phone card. That could be seen as a pun also, in a way. Yeah, in New York, that's probably very beneficial to UK if you want to make a U-turn in a street. Yeah, it looks like the line for Peter Pan might be shorter now. Let's see if we can get in. I don't know if they'll let me film in there, but if they don't, I'll just angle the camera down for a little bit.
Of course, they're up to no good with it.
Hello.
You gotta wait.
Wait a second. Okay.
Why else would they want radios for?
That's true.
Check out the.
But not on the same channel as us.
Well, they think maybe.
It's a great ratio, Ivy. I'm gonna check out this donut shop. Wait for one more person to leave. So this is Peter Pan Donuts, a pastry shop. I wonder what kind of donut and pastry I should get. People are leaving. Maybe I can pop in now. Can I pop in yet? What? Yeah.
Can you go back to the phone?
To the phone? Oh, no, there. Okay, thank you.
Sir, can you go back to the refrigerator, please?
Anything else for you?
Yeah, lunch for
I'm gonna make sure they'll take the soft that's shortage.
Okay.
They're very soft. Give me that. Donut shop. Anything else?
Very cool little shop. Grab a donut. Maybe a little coffee too.
Next.
No, he's gonna come back.
But full disclosure, we can't get enough of your oopsies this time of the year. So let's go to you, Lisa.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna try one of the. I don't know. Maybe I'll do an old fashioned and a honey dip. I kind of want something that's not too heavy. So kind of a plain looking donut. Oh, but that toasted coconut looks good too. No, I gotta. Do I like eating sweet early in the morning? Not really. Usually I'm pretty simple in the morning. I'll have some cereal or some eggs.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, change the battery. I don't know which the battery is. You're exactly, I mean, each year. I think the girl was Natalia, he's back.
Oh, they have an old-fashioned crawler.
Next, please. Ma'am, have you ordered? Have you ordered?
Not yet.
What can I get?
Can I do a honey dip and an old-fashioned and a small? Yeah. I ordered two.
Anything else?
A small coffee?
Milk sugar?
Just milk.
Sometimes it works, sometimes
Just milk. Yeah.
sounds like. Yeah, I don't think it's. It may be. It may be too weak, or maybe it's dirty inside or something. Well, he'll check it. Go to the orange side. I like when that's with gadgets like that. The one with the orange side. Next to Russ on this side. They're both next to Russ, but. Yeah. The one closest to here. Yeah. That's the wizard.
I know I see John, son.
No, Sal, I don't think he gets out.
That's it?
That's it.
I don't really think he gets out on this. Angela died, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Jerry's still alive. 99 years old.
Really?
Look at his picture over there of an old time, but he's still alive.
God bless him.
His daughter was here yesterday. And he's still alive. He's one tough cookie, that man. Oh yeah. My grandmother lived to 98. But her mother died at 57. After having 9 kids or whatever.
That's probably what
No, it could have been a bird, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But the husband lived to 80. You too.
All right, we're out. Sorry if I missed anyone's chat. Luckily I have the tripod attachment on the gimbal here. Yes, I did get an extra one, but I think she'll know it's not going to be as edible once I get there. Yeah, I was thinking about something more cream-filled, but I kind of wanted something light and no filling. I guess in a way I got ones that have really no filling, as in they have a hole in the center. I got a honey dip donut, which seemed like it was selling quickly, and a old-fashioned glazed. So I'm gonna see if I can go to the water, maybe. While there are a lot of nice, fancy coffee shops in New York that have a lot of that use those Italian machines to give you some high quality coffee. There's something to say about like street coffee and deli coffee. I don't know why, but I sometimes crave that kind of coffee. Again, sorry if I missed anybody's chats. At the moment, I am double fisting, I guess you could say, which is a term normally used for drinks, I think, when you're holding two things with each hand. So I got the coffee in one and the gimbal in the other. I mean, I think donut spelling is one of those things that it's kind of like, what's the word that they accept multiple spellings now? Judgment. I think judgment now, you can spell it Judge or without the E. I think the original spelling was without the E. So I think donut is now spelled both ways, I think, acceptably. And you can always check Merriam-Webster just to see, but who knows? Yeah, I'm going to show you what they look like after I sit down, Mrs. Commuter. Hope I didn't miss anything else, sorry. I'm heading towards the water, hopefully, but now I have zero ability to check my other phone for GPS. But I think this is direction to the water. In the background, you could see the Freedom Tower in the mist. It's a very misty day today. In fact, the sidewalk's all wet, but I don't think it rained. Oh, excuse me. I had a coworker who used to love Boston cream donuts. He would down like 3 of them. But he was the skinniest guy. I don't know. His metabolism must have been insane. He would also eat, if you know street meat in New York, I'm sure other places have it too, the halal food stands, where you can get like lamb and chicken over rice. He would eat 2 of those in one sitting. I think he said his record was 3. I don't know how he did that. I think Alicia mentioned that it's muddy water. That's street coffee and deli coffee. Yeah, in a way it is, but for some reason, sometimes I just crave it. I don't know, maybe they put something in it. But who knows? It's an interesting location for an advertisement for tequila. Herradura. Okay. Mrs. Computer gave me some directions. Keep walking down Wythe Avenue, which I think I'm on. And when I get to 12th Street, which is in a few blocks, I'll make a right. That'll get me to the park, and then I can show you the donuts. Oh, I feel like if I kept walking in this direction much farther, I would get to Industry City, but I'm not there yet. Mia, that's very contextual of you, I guess I could say. Omkar, come on, have I tried Indian breakfast? I don't think I have. That's interesting. I never even considered Indian breakfast. I think you're right, it would be good. Just to try something new, I'm sure it'll be delicious. Rarely do I ever see them actually putting up advertisements, but it looks like they're actually painting it off of a reference drawing they have, which is very interesting. So this is actually a pretty intense. Usually I thought they pasted on. Usually I thought they pasted like a giant poster, but no, it looks like they're really taking the effort to draw it. I'm not sure if this is the best area for that kind of advertising. I don't know who goes through here. Anyway, this building sticks out. This apartment building. I think it's an apartment building. I don't know what else it would be, but it's got wraparound balconies. Maybe it's a hotel. I don't know. The William Vale. If anybody knows, it's called the William Vale. It looks kind of out of place in this very industrial area, but there it is. Yeah, I'm still impressed with the murals. And I'm also glad that I learned how to say Mie's handle correctly. Or your name, your handle, I'm not sure, but pointed it out to me before. 25 Kent Street, or 20, I think Kent's on the other side. But at 12th Street, I'm going to make a right. Okay, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of advertisements here. I guess there might be a lot of through traffic that comes here, maybe if they try to avoid highway traffic. Yeah, it is interesting. I don't know. It's like different. And it looks like they have a roof, an elevated deck park area above this shoe store or over that. Oh, Suit Supply. They're supposed to be pretty good at custom suits. I wonder why they're advertising the Pixel right here. That's an interesting place for advertisements. They must get a lot of overflow traffic from the highway or something. Anyway, this is where I was told to go right. Oh, it's a hotel, Mrs. Commuter. Hotel. Okay. So that's a hotel. Right above Suit Supply. I'm supposedly doing this in 60 frames per second, so if it looks smooth, I'm hoping it looks smooth. I think when I sit down for a moment at the park, I'm gonna put the regular charger on this phone and see if I can boost it up a little bit. I would have loved to just continue without sitting down. So that's a smart car. That noise that you're hearing is coming from a smart car. I don't know if they modified that car to modify the muffler or something, but that was a smart car making that noise. If you could hear that. That car right there. How many miles have I gone? I'll have to check. I'll get a good guesstimate from my watch. It tells me how many steps I've walked, and it also gives a guesstimate on the mileage. So we'll see. We've reached Kent Avenue. And there's that smart car that was making all that noise. Oh, look at that, you got that perfect parking spot. Now, I see picnic tables in this park, but it looks like the gates are locked. Yeah, that was 25 Kent. Mie. I think it's a fancy apartment building. I mean, it's got to be. It's got views of Manhattan. Ooh, look at that. Manhattan is covered in clouds. Look at that. Hold on a second. I gotta cross the street for a moment. You could. There's like you could barely see the skyscrapers of Manhattan. There's like this strip of clouds just blocking them all. You can see the Empire State Building in the background. It's just above the middle. I'm holding this, so I can't really point. Right there is the Empire State Building and a few of the other skyscrapers. You can see the Chrysler Building, some of the other ones. Pretty nice. Yeah. It would be a great place to take off for a drone, but drones in New York City are pretty much not allowed. So I'm still not sure how some of the other YouTubers are able to put so much drone footage into their videos, but you could do it with the appropriate, I think if you get permission and licensing, it might be possible. All right, what did I miss? It's very possible. Omkar, thank you for hanging out. I'm glad you could be here for essentially 2 hours so far. Wow. But thank you for hanging out. Have a good rest of the day or night or morning, wherever you are. Some more artwork and advertisements, not just advertisements. Those are posters. See, they're not painted on like they were doing over there, which is interesting. They were really putting a lot of effort. Excuse me. I would mute it before I clear my throat, but not so easy. Okay. So this is some industrial building, but did I see an opening to go through to the park area over here, or is this... Nope, no trespassing. Can't go this way. Okay. Good to know. Ah, I hear a dag. Ah, you like dags? You like dags? What is that from that movie Snatch? Okay, maybe I can get in over here. This is Bushwick Inlet Park. Bushwick Inlet Park. If it's quiet enough, I think it'll be quiet. Let's take a look. Thanks, Ivy Lynn. I'm just riffing. Riffin and Raffin. Raffin? I don't know. Tomorrow? I'm not sure. I'll see if I go out tomorrow. I may have to sit down and see what I have to do for work, but we'll see. I'll figure it out. I'm good. There's a bathroom here. I'm gonna have to stop by there later. I hope I don't forget. So I'm gonna get closer to the... Maybe take a seat. I'll show you the donuts that I got from the Peter Pan. Donut shop. Oh, those dogs are all fighting over a stick to play fetch. Only one is really interested in the stick, the other two are just playing. I see cameras. People are taking pictures of a cloudy Manhattan. I could see the United Nations building from here, which is where we were about 2 hours ago. Oh, internet connection's unstable. Let me know if there's an issue or if I'm losing you. I might not have great service by the water. Let's see. If it doesn't resolve, I might go back.